So if he weighs 125 pounds, that'll work, but he can't weigh anything more. He must weigh less than that. So he could weigh anything down, heading towards 0. All right, but he cannot weigh more. And that's what inequalities can help us do. Now, as you may have noticed, there are some similarities and some differences in terms of solving an equation and solving an inequality. Most of it is similar, right? What you do to one side, you must do to the other. And our goal is still to isolate the variable. There are some differences, though. One key difference is that you must graph the solution for an inequality on a number line. And then the second difference is this box here. And that's if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must switch the inequality's direction. All right. So that's the only two differences. You must graph the solution, and if you divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality. And let's look at this box here to see why. A common error in solving inequalities is forgetting to reverse the equality symbol when multiplying or dividing both sides of an inequality by a negative number. How could you explain this rule to a classmate who's having trouble remembering this rule? Well, let's look and see why this rule works. I'm just going to write an inequality that's true. I'm going to say negative 5 is less than 8. That's a true statement, right? Negative 5 is less than 8. However, if I multiply or divide, I'm just going to pick a negative 2. I'm going to multiply by a negative 2. Let's notice what happens. We have positive 10, negative 16. The values have changed. We went from negative to positive and from positive to negative. When that happened, our inequality is no longer going to properly be facing the right direction. We must change the direction that it faces. The reason that you must flip the inequality when you multiply or divide by a negative number is because it flip-flops the two sides. Negatives will now be positives. Positives will now be negatives. Another way of thinking about it is really small numbers, when you multiply by a negative, get really large. Really large numbers, when you multiply by a negative, become very small. And the inequality has to flip to a common